All right. Well, I am back for part two of this assignment. Sorry I didn't quite get through all of it. I guess I didn't read the exact rubric as I'm seeing here. I guess I missed it or got confused, but I'll go ahead and finish this up here. First, we're starting at West High again, obviously, Wichita Public Schools. My current building is at the 80 percentile of math performance grades. They can see you're building level one, which is not an ideal level to be at, especially at the statewide level that shows we're at a 44%. So they've talked about our test scores quite a bit this past 2 weeks to start the year because of some of our lower test scores. So we really need to improve on that area. So math, English is also a struggle for us, but not as bad as the math situation. As you can see here, we're at 58%. The state level's at 33%. Our principal has told us he would really like us to get this level two of quite a bit higher, and we want to get below 50% of this building total here. So we're going to try to keep building on that as we go. Science here. As we move to science, state average here in 2008, 36%. Our building's at 64.42%. Still, we're struggling to get our level 3 and level 2 numbers. As you can see, 11% there is a level 4, and we only have 2.88% of our students in that range. We do come from a low income area, and I know there's not as much support for some of our students, but this is something that us as teachers need to try and push our students to get in this level, because it's important to have these kids try their hardest in all of their aspects of their education. Let me get to this history and government here. Well, for some reason, the history is not on the KSDU website, which is kind of rare. All right. Moving on here. Educational options and placement plans. Looking through that here. Let's get to. Okay, we've got our free and reduced lunch option stuff here. And free and reduced lunch shows our low income kids that are struggling in areas. You can see we have 82% of our building is free and reduced lunch, whereas the state level is at 41%. So you can see our kids that are getting accommodations, and you can see our ELL group at 82% here and state at 53%. So we're on the low end of a lot of these different test scores, a lot of these different students, and it really shows a difference in how they're doing in school. And we need to accommodate our kids as best we can, but we know we can't get with everybody. So we're going to try our best to get with everybody, meeting with parents. So it's hard to get the parents on board in every situation. So we'll just do what we can to help push the kids week by week. All right. So looking at, let me go into this next section here. Okay, so should have done all of that in our demographics. So I was going to get to the testing accommodations here. All right, so our students with disability, we're at 77% without disability, and students with 20.45% with accommodations in our building. So students with disabilities needing that extra help as you go. I'm curious to see what our migrant students are, so I'll take a quick look at that. Okay, I wasn't sure if we had any foreign exchange students, but I guess that tells the story. All right, well, basically my reflection, how does the demographic report impact teaching and learning? It impacts our teaching methods because our students really need a lot of help in drive to get things done. They're not getting that push from home to get this assignment done or to get good grades or to be home by 10. We we want to push those type of rules and thoughts in the classroom to kind of have that stability and that accountability for these kids to get their work done on time and try to work hard in the classroom. And showing our demographics at my school compared to other schools, and just looking at our disadvantages and also our race and ethnicity, you can tell we're a very all over the place demographic building, and we actually get along pretty well as a building for all the different cultures and walks of life that come through our doors. So another thing that I was gonna say with basically the learning of it really takes a lot to learn our group of kids. Yes, it was one thing to be a all white high school with high expectations, and they're pushing you class after class to work on things. And I want to have that same thought process for our students at my school, even if the parents aren't going to be there. I'm learning from them what they need, and hopefully growing as a teacher through that time. This is my second year at West now, going on 3, it feels like. But it's been a good journey. I like where my path is headed, and I hope I can help more kids. So that is the end of my performances here, and hopefully that covers everything that you were looking for. Thanks.